Hello and welcome to tip number 2 in the Selfish Guide to Fulfillment, Meaning, and Purpose with me, your go-to friend. Today's tip is for those struggling with having too much. Many times when we are dealing with having too much, we want to get faster or more efficient or just better at handling whatever we're handling. And that's all good, but many times we forget that if we stop and we just think bigger picture for a second, we realize that we're doing that maybe already, but it's not improving. We're still getting overwhelmed. We're getting better, faster, more efficient, more effective, yet we're still struggling. Things are still not getting done, or they're getting done still poorly. So, how do we fix it? First, we need to address that having lots to do feels good, and that's okay. But what's not good is when we hide. We use it to be too busy so that we don't have to acknowledge that we're not getting the difficult stuff done, or we're not saying no enough. In reality, the picture is a medium term issue. And what we need to do is start to say no. It's like having a fly problem and you're concentrating on killing all these flies, but your door is open. Now, you might get very fast at killing the flies, but it's going to be mute because there's always going to be more flies. Usually what ends up happening is a raccoon gets in your house and then it takes priority and then you're screwed. And like best case scenario is you just kill flies endlessly. It feels good to kill those flies, but you're ignoring the fact that the door is wide open. And so you need to go and close the door. And many times that manifests itself into saying no. It's important to say no. It's hard, it's awkward, and it's difficult. And the best way to start is to practice. I believe there's 3 ways of saying no. You can say no outright and see what happens. Usually, worst case scenario, it's not that bad. If you want to do it in a nicer way, you can say, hey, can't get it done right now. This is when I can't get it done. Or you can give an alternative and say, hey, I can't get it done, but I suggest you try this. And if none of those are good, you can always try to minimize and say, hey, I can't get that done to the level you want it done, but I can get it to this level by this time. And so those are things you can try. And again, be kind to yourself. It's natural to want to please others. It's natural to want to do everything. It feels good to feel wanted and needed. But many times if we just stop and reflect, we realize that we need to let those things burn sometimes so that we can deal with the issue of closing the door. Maybe that casserole is a lost cause. But if you don't close the door, all your casseroles will be lost causes. So I challenge you, go out, say no to one thing this week. Ideally, say no to as many things as you can. The more things you say no to, the more things you're going to be able to say yes to, right? And ultimately, that's what it comes down to. You want to say yes to things that are your why, are your how. Because it's all coming down to wanting to be in the present moment. And remember that it's all about coming back to now. That's it. Thanks for listening. Please follow me on social media at Colton Vita or check out coltonvita.com for more. Also, as always, keep an eye out for my book coming out in 2023. And most importantly, if you think this can help somebody, please forward it along. That's why I do it, and it gives me great pleasure to help anyone and everyone. So until next time, stay curious, stay open, and stay true.